So we get to the track, roll up there for our first pass. We got everything done with the charge pipe the night before. Anyone who's made a first pass after a lot of changes knows that it's very nerve-wracking. You really don't know what's going to go on. You're nervous about all the changes you did. You're mentally going through things, especially if you work on the car yourself. You're going through things that trying to check off everything, make sure you tighten every bolt, every nut. So it's very nerve-wracking. So we get to the track, we make this pass. It laid over after we left the starting line, about 80 foot out. It started laying over, and oil was all over the windshield. Now, I was thinking in the car that, something might be wrong with the turbo still, something might be wrong with the engine. I'm not really sure yet. So I get back over there, and the catch can was not drained, and so we drained that, and I killed the ECU as soon as it happened because I didn't know what was going on. I didn't know what was going on with the motor. Anytime something like that happens, I always run it over in the starter before I start it back up to make sure nothing's, water in the cylinders. Make sure that I don't cause more damage than what could be. So, made those changes, and I turned the boost down to make sure we had that issue fixed. So same thing happened. It laid over at the exact same spot. I didn't kill it this time because I knew there wasn't anything wrong with the engine. It had a little bit of oil on the windshield, but it was from not cleaning everything. Start thinking to myself, I'm trying to look for the data log and it's not on there. Then it clicks in my brain. No data log. What triggers data log? GPS. So I forgot to do a throttle position relearn after we reconfigured all of this stuff and we moved the throttle position sensor. So we were not getting anything more than, I think it was 48% throttle. So the fuel curve was all messed up. Everything was messed up. So do a throttle position sensor, relearn, and make our third pass. So that's something we can work with. Our third pass goes straight down. We still have it turned down for that. So I put some boost to it. Also, something else that we're kind of dealing with is these are new turbos. These are 6973s versus what we used to have was 6673s. So it's taking a lot more dome pressure to get them to do the same thing. Out the back, it used to be I could put 42 pounds to it and it would make 42 pounds. Now it is about 4 pounds off. So I had only 22 pounds on it, and that was on a total of like 18 pounds boost. So we turned up the total amount of dome pressure out the back. Also, I'm playing with the dumps up front because I just changed the transmission shift strategy to where I can have a lot more adjustment over everything. So changed all that, go up for the fourth pass. So the fourth pass rolls around, much better. We're still about 4 pounds of dome off from where I would like to be. So I turned it up and a significant amount this time because it's not making the dome pressure or the boost I want out the back. So I turned it up to 40 pounds of dome on top of the gate, and hoping that it would make, 36, 35, somewhere in there, a comfortable amount. And tighten up the front end a little bit to get it to stop wheeling, because right whenever the converter is starting to couple is it is starting to wheelie. And this is a ongoing issue I've had for a very long time, and the bar angles were supposed to be able to help that, but I didn't have time to sit there and adjust bars. I would really like to have some time to do that, but I didn't today. Just want to give a quick shout out to Mark, JC, and Drew from Hobbs. They were helping me all weekend long. I really Our final pass ended up making a total of 30 pounds of boost with 40 pounds on top of the gate. For the first couple passes that it's been out, the car backed up its personal best on a radial versus slick. And given this wasn't a huge event or anything, that I ran my personal best there. It was within a few hundredths of it, and down a whole lot of boost and a whole lot of mile an hour compared to what we have been there. The back of from the 80 foot out, it was toting a pretty good amount of wheel speed, and I had the traction control backed off way off, so that way I could see where it needed to pull timing on that tire. I really wish I would have been on slick to dial that in, because the radial traction control was dead on. I don't change a thing on that. The slick traction control really needs a lot of dialing in. I'm just going to give you guys a quick rundown of what all we upgraded over the winter. For starters, Jack Roberts got us hooked up on these 6973s from Forced Inductions. Still a S300 turbo. JC did a last minute charge pipe for me. We really didn't have all the parts that we necessarily needed. I messed up on not ordering a few things, so we'll probably redo this in the near future. My man Ryan Plunkett knocked out some torque boxes and UPR spring perches, which what a spring perch is it's basically the bottom side of a coilover, how you have some threaded inserts so that way you can raise the spring location. If you've been underneath the S197 Mustang, you know that there is not a whole lot of room down there, and to inboard the shock to go to a coilover setup is a lot of work. The torque boxes are going to allow us to have the adjustment that we were missing. Our next event will be KRS Race Wars, February 9th and 10th at Little River. Hopefully we can see you guys there. We'll have some merchandise with us if you'd like to purchase some. Other than that, y'all comment, like, and subscribe, and we'll see y'all next video.